live though, you know. Damn, this on the whole. This a part two now. Now I'm just talking. I gotta make this song. Since we talking about Aries, I'm exalted. My son is exalted. Jumping into Aries energy, I can get lost into myself real easy. The ego start coming in, and then it be a wrap, my boy. Not even gonna lie to you. But I'm gonna talk about ego for a second, since we're talking about Aries, and they kind of like the manifestation of ego itself around this motherfucker. You dickheads. So, um, ego, bro. First of all, I'm gonna talk about my own ego. Is like it's like your own little part of God almost. That's why you get lost into it. Like how you do. It's like your little spark of God that like you're growing. That's how I see it. I know that's like the soul and stuff too. Some people may call that the spirit, but that's also like your ego. You know, that's like a physical substance, a essence of God that you got within you, and that's why you get so lost and be wanting to protect it because it's like I got an ego, nigga. And a lot of beings don't have egos like that. You know what I'm saying? You may notice that in life and reality itself, and that's why you dip like you know, like we really relate to each other based on our egos a lot of the time. Like you would notice a motherfucker got a great ego or something. Like me, like my ego is exalted, right? So I'm a motherfucker who like I express my ego, but I don't necessarily be trying to express my ego. My ego be more of who I am 24/7. It's not a part of my being that's just like get drifted off into my shadow. Like my ego is always present with me. I'm not necessarily a being who can just like duck off their ego, then act as another character. You know what I'm saying? You sometimes get riled up emotionally, then your ego's nah. My ego always there. And that's because my ego is not necessarily, and you don't necessarily have to believe this, my ego is not as dark as others. Like my name being Darius, we about to talk about Sarad, Blue Beetle type shit, Egyptian Cairo shit. Yeah, Darius is the original name for light. As far as I'm concerned, bitch, there is. My name is talking about the arisal of existence itself in any shape and form, seeing it in imagination itself. You know what I'm saying? Being able to view reality and conceptualize it and play a part of that existence. There is. It's being able to point to something. There's. You know what I'm saying? So my ego is like light, you know, and then the rest I'll talk about the rest of my name. Isaiah. I am a savior. That means Messiah. My being itself, I'm a motherfucker who saves people from the light. So even though I got an ego, I don't necessarily get lost in my ego and just like I use my desires are not based upon my ego itself. My desires are based upon saving. You know, like that's my middle name and similarities to like your middle heaven. That's what I carry out in the consistencies of the expansion of myself. That's the message that my not bring, my name. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm out here being, I be saving motherfuckers. It's what I naturally do. You know, my last name Player. That's talking about like being a being that's like a king, or having my own domain, having my own space. Player, just like layer. And P represents a new awareness itself. So I represent like a kingdom of light or the heavens. Player. It even got air in the fucking word. It's like I'm a lighter being itself. I don't necessarily come from the same shit you come from. You know, it's like I come from a different format of this earth itself. You know, we can talk about this type of shit because there's alien shit going on. Motherfuckers be talking about that shit. I'm a Larian, if you didn't know. It's different cycles and whatnot of development to beings and to essences and to shapes and forms as they enter reality. So even this earth itself went through different stages beyond physicality before it was beyond what you conceive as physicality, before it was necessarily composited and like actually being able to be lived upon as it is. You know, and how I'm saying that it's like it went through different etheric versions of itself to even amount to what you conceive as earth to be. And I play a part of all them variations of existence, of all them different earths, of all them different ages, of all them different eons. A lot of you beings don't even get what incarnation is. That's like some I'm older, so I've been doing this for a while. So like my ego and just my sense of self is greater than others, like as a spirit and body. And I don't mean that in just an egotistical type of sense. I can talk to you about it logistically, and I'm trying to explain it to you from the sense of there. If you just want to break down the energy of my chart, I'm even born at 7:11 a.m. seeing even like a fucking alien. 7:11. That's if you want to do numerology and stuff like that. January 12th. You know how you got the steps and the 12 zodiacs and all that good shit. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm anybody specific, but I'm saying I'm Darius, and that's enough to be. I can call, and that's why I could call myself. And you all haven't seen me do this type of stuff, but I could call myself any of these other beings or gods, and I have a knowingness that I am a deity or an entity that can carry out these densenesses of existences in reality itself. And it even rhymes all like that for a reason, because it's supposed to go together in that type of sense. But it's like if I said I'm Toph, you know, I can really explain to you the sense of Toph. I could talk to beings that know Toph and be like Toph, and I could live like Toph because I'm Darius. I come from a lighter essence of existence. My physicalities is like not trying to talk in an egotistical type of sense, but for Toph, for you to be able to even get thoughts or conceive what the idea of Toph is in reality, you need some light. You need some information. You gotta be able to be aware of this itself. That comes from messiahs. That comes from shit that I am. You know what I'm saying? That I'm already made of. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't mind talking about guys or whatever, whoever the fuck we talking about, as if it's me, because it's like you gotta go through me to even be a god. That's what type of being I'm describing myself as. And when I'm not trying to speak in no big fantastical type of sense. When I say that, like my entity and whatnot itself, the type of energy I carry, when I say you got to go through me to be a god, you have to even perceive reality and to be in a coexistence of it. You're gonna need some light. By light, I just mean matter. I don't necessarily mean a sense of vision itself. That's why I would say my father is Vishnu, or I come from that deity and entity itself. Because I come from like the visions of Anu. Like I'll talk about Pharaoh. I don't think y'all deserve all that shit right now, so I'm not finna talk about all that. But I don't be saying the shit I say for no reason. Like it's a lot of studying. There's a lot of research. There's a lot of intellect. There's a lot of intelligence that backs up who I am before I even express my ego, because that's like how I've trained myself to be. But that's before like I've even came here. I've been training myself for a long, long, long time. I've lived through many, many, many carnations in a lot of different shapes and forms in a lot of different vessels. And that's Aries type of shit. So this ain't like I'm used to being like a starting being. You know what I'm saying? Or a person that's initiating or creating something. It don't amaze me that like I'm gonna be the first person to do this shit. That's not like a new sense of life to me. To be the first person. I'm the first person in the world to do. That's not something that's new to me. That's why I say I'll be a greater spirit than other people. Like being on, like for instance, I'm gonna just give you an example. You may have some similarities of shit, like stages and stuff like that. Like have never, and my North Node is in fucking Leo, so I should be. There should be a space that like had to get adjusted to more of, but presenting myself on the stage or showing some talent or something, that ain't never been a problem for me. I ain't never gave a fuck. Like I'll be the person that be telling other people to calm down. It's the time to do this. As a little kid, as a little boy, and I'm saying that's not even something I had to train. That's natural for me. But that's because like I've been through habituals of lives and eons to where like that's my nature now. I carry them type of chakras with me. You know what I'm saying? I may have more chakras than you and realize we all got different type of shit. I ain't just gonna talk too big headed just based upon myself. But yeah, that's it really. So Woo, what a smoke, boy! Oh, I should just make this one long ass video and just cut it up. Cause I'm thinking about popping into Virgo. Uh, I ain't even cause I ain't even talk about the constellations and shit like that. I don't be like really wanting to go in depth like that yet. Cause I be feeling like, bro, like just how like people like to do like Vedic astrology and stuff. You know, I respect it greatly too. It's just like I don't feel like people even get the sense of what life is. Like people don't even know how to like conceptualize existence yet. So it be like when I like diving into the depths of like why we even call Aries Aries. I think that takes people away from learning about what Aries is itself. You know, like I wouldn't stop people from just learning about what that is or where it come from. But nigga, you don't even know. Like motherfuckers made this shit for a reason. If you don't get the sense of what Aries is at least, cause I guarantee you're not gonna get that other shit. That other shit got that older shit got hella other shit that go with it and did. You get what Aries mean? You know what I'm saying? Before we start explaining all this other ancient old shit, I ain't saying nothing wrong with it, but like we live in the present, we are the now. You know what I'm saying? Like you can make some new shit and stuff first, but you got it's levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? The shit is out here for a reason. So that's the only reason I could dive even further into it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. It's stuff out here. You know what I'm saying? If you want to look into it like that, you know, like how the Aries, how we came up with that name and all that, you know. And some people get mad off that type of shit. I don't know why. I guess because they feel like they live in the past. So if it's something of the past and we got to go to it, like I think you just dead if you like that. I'm not gonna hate on you though, but I'm just saying, you know, motherfuckers get like that. Be like, why? Like, this, you just got angry for no fucking reason, my boy. Like, this, you just making another problem. Let's deal with these solutions. Let's work with these solutions before we start making a whole other, like, you know. That's why I don't be fucking with that shit. Like I'm gonna dive into it eventually, but that's for like, you know what I'm saying, areas of motherfuckers that get that shit more of, and a lot of people that even be like talking like that be younger. Like I feel like their elders and shit wouldn't necessarily say them type of things because of how great of wisdom they got over just like what a zodiac is. You know what I'm saying? Or what like a day is. Or like they really get like what like nigga, we talking about how life is brought into creation. This ain't really like you ain't really getting what we talking about. You looking at it from somebody else's sense, and you want to get mad that they looking at it like that, and you want to argue about it as if that's yourself. Learn what it is first. It get deeper and deeper. You gotta get this shit first. There's hella shit out there. You know what I'm saying? And we still learning more. So yeah. Rosa, that's Aries. Anyway, I was talking to Warrior. I got lost in my big head.